we do.
One, two, three into the four. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Before I have to pull the strap out the cut,
Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach together, now you know you in trouble, cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Two loped out G's, so we crazy. Death Row is the label that pays me. Unfadable, so please don't try to fake this. But back to the lecture at hand. Perfection is perfected, so I'ma let 'em understand from a young G's perspective. And before me dig out a trick, I have to find a contraceptive. You never know, she could be earning her man and learning her man, and at the same time burning her man. Now when she burning, I'ma chill for a minute, cause ain't no loving good enough to get burned while I'm offended. Yeah. And that's relevant, real deal, Holyfield. And now you hookers and know how I feel. Well, if it's good enough to give off a proper chunk, I take a small piece of some of that funky stuff. It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this and like that and like this and Drake creep to the mic like a fan.
Well, I'm peeping and I'm creeping and I'm creeping, but I damn near got kept, cause my beeper kept beeping. Now it's time for me to make my impression felt. So sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. You've never been on a ride like this before. With a producer who can rap and control the maestro. At the same time with the dope rhyme that I kick, you know and I know I flow some more funky shit. To add to my collection, the selection symbolizes dope. Take a toke but don't choke. If you do, you have no clue of what me and my homie Snoop Dogg came to do.
It's like this and like that and like this and it's like that and like this and like that and it's like this.
And we ain't got no love for those.
So just chill till the next episode. Falling back on that, what a hellified gangster lean. Getting funky on the mic like an old batch of collard green. It's the capital S-O-S, I'm fresh and double O-P. D-O double G-Y, D-O double G, you see. Showing much flex when it's time to wreck a mic. Pimping and clacking a grip like my name was Dolomite. Yeah, and it dope quick. I think they in the mood for another one of those G hits. So Dre,
what up, dog?
We gotta give them what they want.
What's that, G?
We gotta break them off something.
Hell yeah.
And it's gotta be bumping. City of Compton.
It's where it takes place, so a national attention. Mobbing with the dog pound.
Oh, wow, wow.
Dropping the funky tracks is making the suckers just mumble. When I'm on the mic, it's like a cookie, they all crumble. Try to get close and you're bound to get smacked. My little homie Snoop Doggy Dogg has got my back. Never let me slip, cause if I slip, then I'm slipping. But if I got my Nina, then you know I'm straight tripping. And I'ma continue to put the rap down, put the Mac down. And if your woman wanna trip, I have to put the smack down. Yeah, and you don't stop. I told you I'm just like a clock when I tick and I talk. But I'm never off, always on till the break of dawn. C-O-M-B-T-O-N in the city they call Long Beach. Putting the straight together like my homie D.O.C. No one can do it better
like this, that, and this, and it's like that, and like this, and like that, and it's like this.
Then we ain't got no love for those.
So just chill till the next episode.
You tuned in to IE Radio on KCAA.
Baby! What's good, y'all? Shout out to everybody tuning in. Once again, this is IE Radio. I am Heavy the Homie. Shout out to our homie Nappy 2000. He's not here today. He's out in Europe. Shout out to him. He's celebrating his graduation. Today's episode, we got some special guests tonight. Coming from Los Angeles, we got the homies Destruct and High Fly.
What's good, my G?
What it do, man?
Yo, man, how you fellas doing?
Good, bro. It was a beautiful drive up here, man. I came from the guys of La Valle, you know what I'm saying, the San Fernando Valley. High Fly came from Whittier. Yeah. And, yeah, man, we just living, bro. Appreciate you guys having us. It's been a blessing. I see you guys doing your thing, and yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, I've been a part of this show for just a couple months now, but it's been getting, you know, more progress, and
It comes natural to you, bro.
Yeah, it's dope to be able to put my homies on and give you guys the opportunity to use this platform. And
exactly, bro.
I mean, you've always been solid. I remember you had that Project Concrete Word.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Yeah, that was dope. And then of course the Volume 1 of
First Chronic Blues.
Exactly, Volume 1 of the Chronic Blues. So
I appreciate
today,
that,
we're here to talk about
Volume 2.
Of course, Volume 2. So
waited.
Right on. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. First, we're going to get into some music for y'all. This track is coming from the homegirl Orchid.
Shout out to the homegirl.
Yeah, this track is called Give Me Your Love. This is off of her upcoming compilation titled The Getaway. And you can follow her on Instagram at Orchid Raps. That's ORCHIDRAPS.
Worship me, covet me, and be at my beck and call. I won't settle for anything less. He was pursued nothing's as I lay upon his chest. Yes, confess all your sins to me. I will absolve you of that, I can guarantee. Embrace you in my beautiful canopy. Lovely, lazy lover, you'll long for life's longevity. Perplexity has filled within your heart. No need to wonder, you're my necessity, my art. You are poetry in motion. Tight lip, a furrowed brow, you got me open. Hoping for a chance to give you all of my words and show you true romance. At first glance, he put me in a trance, transcending both time and space as he grabbed me by the waist. He drew me closer, he just might be the one. I love him so deeply, I think I wanna have his son. You see, he's more to me than just a fling, much more than something. He is my everything. Give me your love, I've got to have it all. I want you, I need you more than anything. I will fall from grace, just to be within your space, just to hold you, to be in your embrace. Give me your love, I've got to have it all, with the promise to be by your side whenever you may call. Should you need me, should you ask of me, I give it gladly, completely and happily. Lock up my heart and you own the master key. A love so strong, witness the artistry mastery. Unparalleled and pure. Problems may arise of your intentions, I'm unsure. Yet I keep pushing, running towards the light. I lose all sense of self and I lose all sense of sight. He takes flight, I crash and burn. The agony, the misery, I never seem to learn. And yet I yearn, longing to be set free. My own mental prison where my mind won't let me be. I'm hopelessly hopeful, he's hopefully devoted. We bleed into an everlasting flame, burning with the jealousy I cannot seem to tame. My small frame shakes and quivers. The touch of you no doubt delivers pure pleasure. He's my treasure. I'm down for you, love, whatever, whenever. I'll go the distance through any weather. We'll surrender together like two birds of a feather.
KCAA.
Baby!
Nomads, you know, smell like cabbage.
Okay. Hey. Okay. Hey. Hear me now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 for the cabbage. Oh, I'm a savage. I gotta have it, ayy. Cause I'm an addict, yeah, for the lettuce, yeah. I got a fetish, ayy. And it's magnetic, it made me better, yeah, for the cabbage, yeah. Oh, I'm a savage, ayy. I gotta have it, cause I'm an addict, yeah, for the lettuce, yeah. I got a fetish, and it's magnetic, It made me better, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All of this shit organic, take the seed and watch me plant it, ayy. Watch it again, the harvest, work the hardest, I was starving, damn. Gotta feed the tribe, plus provide the posse vibes till the day acrylic dies. Swear to God, I gotta eat, oh yeah, oh yeah. Wanna see me fail, but the posse still prevail. Getting bigger, break the scale, see right through you through the veil. Heard what you said about me, ooh, I love it when you doubt me. Being me made me so happy, you a hater, that's so tacky. I got me a hoe, take it everywhere I go. Planting seeds on the low, cause I reap what I sow. Erica, I know you know, smoking Badu on the avenue. Over me, who a better dude? Drop gems like a preacher do. Nah, I don't need a soapbox to get it off and grow up. Creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. Creme de la creme, the cream of the crop. She ain't listen to her, hear me now. She ain't listen to her, hear me now. She ain't listen to her, hear me now. Hey, for the cabbage, oh, I'm a savage. I gotta have it, ayy, cause I'm an addict, yeah, oh yeah. For the lettuce, yeah, I got a fetish, ayy, and it's magnetic, it make me better, yeah, oh yeah. For the cabbage, yeah, oh, I'm a savage, ayy, I gotta have it, ayy, cause I'm an addict, yeah, oh yeah. For the lettuce, I got a fetish, ayy, and it's magnetic, ayy, it make me better, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, ayy, 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 yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, ayy. Hey, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Danny for San Bernardino. Shout out to Cam Gnarly. This next track we're about to play for y'all is titled Waking Dream. Comes from the homegirl Nat the Lioness featuring Lock Jester.
Shout out to the homegirl, man.
Yeah, this track is off her 5-track EP titled Vans Warped Tour 2017 edition.
Nice.
And shout out to my sister Nat out in Vegas working on new music with her partner Coco Jenkins. Be on the lookout for that.
We got some crack, by the way, man. Just my bad, throw you out, bro.
No, go ahead.
Me and Nat got an unreleased banger coming very soon with this producer.
See, and I didn't even plan that. Look how that worked out.
Segue. You know
Segue.
Salute to Nat killing it, man. Nat and Coco doing their thing in LV right now, big time, man. So for sure.
That's right. So once again, this next track coming at you is Waking Dream, Nat the Lioness featuring Lock Jester.
Hey.
You tuned in to IE Radio on KCAA.
In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life? In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life?
Yeah, original tight flows, whether it's cypho. Build up the strength with heavy microphones. Connected even when I'm not on land. My mama showed me in a dream while I was kissing on her hand. So don't take it heavy when that Chevy you pulled up with. It's just a figment of your imagination with the third dimensional baby in the instant with a domination of the universe imprinted. So when my soul just drips out my body, my body, my body, my body, my body. So when my soul must lift out my body, my body, my body, my body, my body. So when my soul is ripped out my body, my body, my body, my body, my body. I know my astral body will have a party, a party, a party. In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life? In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life?
Wandering the astral planes, what solace seems to fractalate. Conscious that I'm fast asleep, I launch to space, vast and deep. How long's this string back to me? Space is like a patchwork of fabric laced up in dimensional patterns. I'm not attached but connected, feeling the world from my astral projection, umbilical cord. My book of shadows, lessons of filling the void. I'm asking big questions, willing to find soul. When my soul just drifts out my body, my body, my body, my body, my body. So when my soul must lift out my body, my body, my body, my body, my body. So when my soul gets ripped out my body, my body, my body, my body, my body. I know my astral body will have a party, a party, a party, an after party. They tripping your name on the ethereal plane. Hear what they saying, infinite, you are the message they demand. I'm mindfully trying not to sell my waking life for a nice place to dream at night. Yeah.
Properly disconnected, feeling undetected, like don't have to think twice. Got some restless dreams you may like.
Not sleeping on my dreams, keeping them all with me, being involved in what is calling free falling deep.
In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life? In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life? In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life? In a lucid state of dreaming, am I hallucinating when I do it in my waking life?
You tuned in to IE Radio on KCAA.
This next track right here is titled Sleep When I'm Dead, coming from the homie Merc. Shout out to Merc. Me and him been homies for a long time. You can listen to his music and this song as well on his SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/justmerc. Let's get into it.
If you can't see what's in my head, my demons always win. I'll never dream again, so I'm sleeping when I'm dead. Please see inside my head, what's the meaning of a sin? I'll never dream again, so I'm sleeping when I'm dead. Don't sleep, please take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep. Don't sleep, please take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep. Why do I wake up feeling worthless? Never nervous about that certainty. That murky be sleeping with serpents. No urgency to purge them. Playing with fire till someone burn it. Keep me in that furnace, living in hell so it be perfect. Peek into my life, reveal these demons that I hide. Every night I feed them lines as they creep deeper inside. Where the soul confide the evil, it's an ease to free your mind. Chalking it up, become outline, hit disconnect like I'm offline. What up? Being lit's a crime, I'm just fitting that profile. I'm an arsonist for hire, light it up, I got that fire. LSD will make you realize you're that messiah. Rolling it up with scripture pages, and I've been ripping them right out the Bible. All I think about is violence. Open my eyelids when I realize my prayers have all been silenced. All I think about is violence. Your weakness is your kindness. Keep on sleeping with that iron. If you can't see what's in my head, my demons always win. I'll never dream again, so I'm sleeping when I'm dead. Please see inside my head, what's the meaning of a sin? I'll never dream again, so I'm sleeping when I'm dead. Don't sleep, please take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep. Don't sleep, please take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep. You can take my soul to keep.
You tuned in to IE Radio on KCAA.
What's hood, y'all? You already know if you've been tuned in, but if you're just tuning in, this is IE Radio. My name is Heavy the Homie, and as promised, we're going to get into that interview with our special guest. Go ahead and reintroduce yourself, fellas.
Go ahead, my G.
Yo, what up? This is High Fly. I'm a producer out from the city of Whittier. Been producing for like 13 years now, man. Dropped this Chronic Blues 2 with this Struck. There's 14 tracks that I made all the beats on, did all the engineering or most of it. So really proud of this project we'll be talking about today, man. It's basically all me and this guy, you know?
Yes, sir. D-Struck in the place, man. The best you never heard. And I'm just blessed to be working with, you know what I'm saying, my brother. Blessed to be here, bro. Promote my best and most mature work yet. I can't believe it's my 28th goddamn project.
Wow.
I got as much albums as my age, bro. I'm gonna be 30 this year, and I don't even
every year. Yeah.
Real talk, I don't even feel it yet, bro. But it's a blessing to just do what I love doing and just keep elevating and have things that chronologically just let you know where I was in my life as a man and as an artist. And this album right here showcases where we've been cooking up for like the past 4 years plus. We've been really slow roasting this one, making sure everything's right. Big shout out to Fingers, you know, OG West Coast producer who blessed the project and really helped us on the engineering, got everything where it needed to be. He kind of like low-key Dr. Dre this, you know, and just made it what it is, man. So we hope you guys love it as much as the first album, and we're just trying to hit y'all with another future classic. Real talk.
Right on. And speaking of the first album, is it, I mean, of course it's a continued of it, but how exactly is it like telling a similar story? Is it kind of like a movie, or is it just because you guys are getting together again?
Yeah, that's a great question, bro. Honestly, the first album came really kind of unexpected. You know, I knew High Fly for a long time, and he kept sending me beats, and I was like, they're dope, bro. You're just not there yet. You're just not there. But then he hit me with Once Again, was what cut from the first album, and I was like, man, I was really impressed. I wanted to hear what else he brought to the table, and we kind of just built the project out of nowhere. The first one we did in 4 months. This one we did in 4 years, so you can hear just the sound and everything evolved. Honestly, bro, I would say the vibe is there, but I think each project has its own different feel. You know, conceptually, musically, we just came at it at different places and different, you know, perspectives, and you know, it really, the music just speaks for itself, man. And I think with Fingers helping us like bring everything and amplifying the vision, it just made it sound that much more solid and that much more like next level compared to the first album where it was just me and High Fly piecing this together, you know.
Yeah, I think for me on this album, it was more or less like, this is my second project, you know. I've been making beats for so long, and I'm one of those dudes that just has 1,000 beats in his hard drive. So with this album,
2,000,
you know, I just really wanted to showcase like some of my best work, you know, with like someone really talented like this dude. I knew he can, you know, bless the beats. So I wanted to just have something solid that I can, you know, have people look at and listen to in reference to my work. So for me, I want to do something with less samples and everything. I mean, I've been playing the keyboard for like 8 years, self-taught, and I wanted everything to be sample free. And that was like one of the biggest goals I wanted for this album, was like, I don't want to use, you know, no oldies, no cutting up samples, nothing like that.
Real talk, dude.
That's dope, because that makes it easier when it comes to royalties and all that. You know,
exactly.
You got to worry about breaking off no one or getting sued, you know.
And I'm glad you said that, because the first album, it was half samples, half sample free. But this volume 2 is all cracked from scratch from High Fly, man. He really like dug in deep. I don't know what he was smoking or what he was on, but he really made something amazing. I was like, yo, I gotta only pen my best work to date. And you're absolutely right in regards to licensing, promotion. The possibilities are endless. We don't gotta worry about clearance.
I mean, I know you're hardcore. You've been doing hip hop. You live and breathe it. So as someone that, you know, does that, I know hip hop started off from sampling.
Of course,
and
the whole
even
genre.
Even in that show, The Get Down, that, you know, like kind of talks about hip hop.
Sucks it ended though, right? Great show, man. Great
but
show.
I mean, they kind of look down on not sampling, you know, like they were talking about bringing a live band in and all that.
Exactly.
And already then it was like, well, that's not hip hop. And nowadays, a lot of the beats, everything you hear on the radio doesn't really have samples, you know, as far as the trap beats go.
Exactly.
And then you have other people that are, you know, remixing beats that there's from artists that are still on the radio. You know, it's just weird, you know, nowadays.
It's a different era, when, bro. So coming, like exactly what you said, in an era where people are using samples that are still brand new, it's good to know we can come from a refreshing point of view and be like, yo, we really made this, you know, from our own, from the ground up, what we were feeling in the moment. And it's everything from boom bap to, you know, little glimpses of trap to some soul to some straight hardcore. It really, I don't want to be cliche and say it's a well-rounded project and it's something for everybody, but I always looked at my albums, bro, like an experience. Like, what sets apart another collection of songs in a mixtape to an album being an experience?
And an album should be that, an experience, something that you got to sit through and listen from beginning to end. Right? You shouldn't be skipping tracks in an album, at least. A mixtape.
I'm talking Illmatic, Black on Both Sides.
And I think that's why it kind of took us so long to do this album, because, you know, I was making beat after beat after beat, and we would record a couple songs, and I'm like, that's dope, but for me, I need to hear things come to life before I can say like whether or not this is gonna make the album. So we probably did like 25 songs, and then
narrowed it down to
like the 13, 14 that we had. So I'm never really like just want to be stuck on something, you know. Like I really want to like have this kind of pick it apart and really produce it from like actual standpoint where it can give you like a certain feeling, and then all the beats weren't just random. You know, the beats are different, but yet they have the same feel. If you listen to the album,
it all has a vibe. It's
cohesiveness to it for sure. You know,
that's dope. And I mean, I know J. Cole, you know, prides himself that new album or whatever. You know, again, no features or whatever. So I mean, for a producer, I think that's equivalent to no samples. So I mean, that's dope.
That's real, and there's no features too. I think that was the beautiful.
That was my next question, actually. Yeah, are there any features?
Perfect segue. So Heavy's a professional, bro. He does this.
I mean, we have a couple singers.
Yeah, but just vocals, just like the first record. I think me and High Fly knew, like, when we started doing this, we're like, we didn't need no features, man. Like, we both, you know, came at this knowing exactly, you know, our perspective as an MC, as a producer, and we can hold the project on our own and keep your interest, and, you know, make something that we can just really carry on our own. So shout out to the amazing singers we had, like King, Bobby Vox, Fingers as well, Sid Duran, and these are all people that don't even necessarily do hip hop, but out of just respect and just the relationships we had with them, they were able to bless this project and just add that much more extra ump to it. But other than that, it's just, you know, High Fly on the beat, the Struck on the speak, man. Simple as that.
That's perfect. I mean, that's a good hip hop duo right there, and you guys already have one album under your belt, so
very true.
I'm definitely looking forward to this next one. And with that being said, let's go ahead and preview a track off this album. It's called, I can't say the actual name, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's called F Being Famous.
F Being Famous. It's a bold statement, but that's just where my head's at, man. I don't do this for the fame. I do this for success. You know what I mean? Everyone has their own levels to that and their own definition of it. And, you know what I mean? This song just kind of gives you a little perspective of why I'm saying that. Video, by the way, is dropping out Friday. Big shout outs to Creative Suspects who helped me shoot this. I directed it with them. We did a one take at the legendary Amoeba Records in Hollywood. Red camera. Dope. They busted out the red cam. They busted out the Kanye cam for your boy, and I got some crazy animation. And yeah, man, it's just, we're gonna let the music breathe and speak for itself, man. Real talk.
That's right. Like Tupac said, F the fame. All I want's the money. There it is. I'm a simple man.
Simple man.
Exactly. So with that being said, this track again is called F Being Famous. This is by Destruct and High Fly. Coming off of the Chronic Blues Volume 2.
Shout out to DJ Flip Flop on the cuts from Cunning Linguist.
He blessed us.
Salute. Killed it, man.
You
tuned in to IE Radio on KCAA. Baby!
Yeah, coming straight from the muddy waters. Now that I'm cooking, now can be studied by doctors. Chemicals react whenever they combine. All a dough and roof, I call it new design. Yeah, I know the classics, so the classes I can master could be causing collateral damage to your early casket. What I'm referring, nothing for the weak-minded. Be quiet, the legend is speaking, try to teach science. Never good at math, thank God I was good at rap. Adding up my revenue, consider making a track. But the dollar bill don't develop skill. Don't get it from the start, then you never will. It be a cutthroat society, ain't it? Hating be a common thing nowadays, ain't it? Gotta keep that all in mind, I never pay it. I do this for my culture, give a fuck if I'm famous.
Took heavy fire, survived the crash landing. Smiled and walked away from the wreckage, the last standing.
You don't know? You better ask somebody.
Original rap with new school leaders.
Raw medicine, make it hard to adapt to it. Verse, dose. I'ma leave your mind blown like you never seen a fucking ghost. Never see reaction of people squeezing the toast. Either you hit it behind the trigger with a pose. I spit it for the fiends with nothing under the nose. Nothing in the veins, they just in the front row. Vibing to an artist that be serving that dope. You can chop it up and screw it up.
Serving that dope.
I hit you with an onslaught of bars that could build a garage and break it down quicker than army takes and wrecking balls. Think I sound smart? Well, here's an ignorant ball. I'm white girls with an ass fat as Nicki Minaj. Brutally honest. Okay, I can say what I want. Ain't nothing stopping the villain till a villain get caught. You should keep that all in mind, man. I will pay it, cause I do this for my culture. Give it up for famous.
Took heavy fire, survived the crash landing. Smiled and walked away from the wreckage, the last standing.
You don't know? You better ask somebody.
Original rap with new school leaders.
Raw medicine, make it hard to adapt to it.
Breaking Bad.
What's hood, y'all? Once again, you just heard F Being Famous, brought to you by our special guests, Destruct and High Fly.
Yes, sir.
And
bold statement, low key.
Yeah, yeah.
Low key.
And we were saying no samples. That was all High Fly on those keys right there.
All High Fly. Dude, when I heard that beat, I was like, bro, what sample is this? He's like, oh, my left and right hand. I was like, this motherfucker. Yeah, bro, I was really, I'm a boom bap kid at heart, man. And when I heard that beat, I just knew I had to come with something special. I just wanted to brag how dope I was. I was like, I'm going to say a statement. That
I knew when I made that beat, I was like, damn. Like,
what we going to do with this?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a statement for, like, any real artist, bro, that, like, when this culture and this music thing, man, is something that if you honestly don't love it, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. The money's gonna come and go. Like I said, everyone has their own definition and perspective on success. And for me, fame has nothing to do with it. I didn't do this to do famous. I do this because I love it. That's why it says nothing without music in my arm for life. Like, it's that deep, bro. It's like my sanity, my livelihood, my therapy, and of course, my career. So all that in the mix, I can care less whether I'm, on sitting next to Jimmy Kimmel or whoever. I'd rather be sitting next to Heavy and people that really care about this culture.
That's love right there.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to push this forward. We're just trying to carry the torch right. And I love the fact that it is such a bold statement that when people just see F being famous, like, I'm even gonna get T-shirts of that and whatnot, like, just so people could be like, oh, head turner. Like, why are you saying that?
Hey, I would rock that. I know a lot of people would rock that because, like you said, that is a bold statement. And
who can relate to that?
I mean, yeah, I know a lot of artists though could definitely, as an artist, you got to make that decision from the jump. Am I gonna be in this for the money? Or am I going to be in this for the love? Because based off of that, your moves got to follow that. Because
that's true. But then there's cats like Blue, Roots, Mos Def, who never sold out, who stayed true to their guns.
Oh, yeah.
And did what they love and made money from that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm not saying you won't make money by staying true to yourself. I'm just saying from the jump, like, there's people that will come out and don't have no love. And you can tell they don't have the love for the hip-hop. But it's just a way for them to make money. And I don't want to say exploit, hip hop because it's hip hop, in general.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And I just wanted to tell you guys, we do have another special guest. His Uber finally got here.
Hey.
Yeah. Special guest DJ tonight is DJ Cornbreeze.
How y'all doing?
Cornbreeze.
Shout out Heavy.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out Happy 2K for having me, man. How y'all feeling, man?
We good, man. Thank you for making it, bro.
The song is beautiful, man.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited about this album, bro, which gets me into this question, bro. While I was listening to it, I can hear some influences, bro, but I couldn't really pinpoint where it was coming from. Can you guys name some influences off the top?
I think on that, when I played the piano first, so what I did was I just hit record, and I probably recorded for about 7 minutes. Just different riffs.
Wow.
And then what basically I do is I go back and cut it all up and then, like, resample myself. So as soon as I, like, played that, I hit stop, and then I was like, dude, I got to go with some primo drums.
Yeah, man.
So the drums themselves are like a drum loop, but the piano was played,
Wow.
So sometimes when you program your drums, they sound a little stiff.
Yeah, exactly.
So I did that on Ableton, and I was like, nah, man, they're not hitting. And then I found a drum loop, and
Fingers
I was like,
did the bass, right? I believe. I think Fingers.
No, I did the bass on this one.
Nice. Okay. Sure.
But yeah, it was all about the drums at that point. So definitely like some primo stuff on that.
And do you quantize your beats?
On occasion.
Nice. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
I know Jay Dilla never quantized his beats.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I will, but then I'll go in there and meticulously, add my snare to have it go late or early.
Yeah.
And then mess with my velocities and all that.
You could hear it.
Yeah.
You could hear it. You could hear it a lot. And now, bro, it was beautiful, bro. It was amazing.
I'm glad you noticed little aspects like that.
You have to. Well, see, as being a DJ, going into what Destruct said, being a boom bap kid, you hear that. Like, say for instance with Exile, or with cats like Ninth Wonder, or even cats like Flying Lotus.
Right.
You hear these off-kilter drums, you hear these off-kilter snares, and you always wonder where it comes from. And sometimes it's usually just running them running other drum samples into synthesizers or whatever, or different plugins,
or even just stacking the drums too. He was big on that too, stacking the drums, giving the snare a whole different crunch.
Man. Yeah, when you do it yourself, you got to sit there and take some time because the beat has to loop, and once you throw everything off the grid, you got to make sure it's gonna loop right, and like the beat all seamlessly, you know, it doesn't sound all choppy.
That part.
So there's an art to like getting those real loose drums, other than just like messing with like some swing on an MPC and then automatically, you know, they're off.
Yeah.
So when you do it yourself, that, you know, you just really got to just get
take
really
your time
high.
with
Hey man, I'm not look. We ain't knocking the loops. Like this culture came from
never at
sampling.
all.
Like there wouldn't be hip hop. It wasn't for jazz, rock,
That part.
blues. So we're not knocking that. But it's a whole different science and and formula when it comes to making beats from scratch.
You know what I'll do
It's that
sometimes
much more
is
detailed. You know.
I'll start a beat off with the loop just to make some drums and have a vibe going. And then next thing I know, I take it out and I already have a bass. I'm already in key for a song and put some chords on it. And then boom, like the sample's taken out. But on that initial inspiration, I'll just be like, man, this sounds dope. But then maybe I might make like 2 different beats out of that sample, one with it and then one without it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And one of my favorite producers who used to do that was Marley Marl.
Oh yeah, man, Symphony.
He's really dope for that, and Pete
Yeah.
Rock too.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Really dope for that.
Listening to dudes like that definitely made me like, I listened to my early beats, and one thing helped me, I think, get better as a producer is knowing how to make the drums hit. If the drums ain't hitting, then like the beat ain't gonna
Sounds
like,
missing.
The beat ain't
Sounds
gonna
missing,
go.
man.
You know, like sometimes like you listen to a beat and it can have like one simple melody or just a bass line and some drums, and if those drums are like hitting hard, then it's all good.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I follow the same formula as a DJ. If you look for the low end.
Exactly.
And if the bass is hitting, man, it might as well not even be there.
Exactly.
Hey, and if the beat ain't moving you from the jump, the lyrics ain't going to be as impactful. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, with influences for you, Destruct, as an MC, who are some of your influences?
Damn, man, it's a good question. Pretty much anyone with little in front of the name and like 20 face tattoos. And the hair got to be like, you know, Skittle bag. Nah, but real talk.
Shallows in.
I tell everybody, man, I keep my Sade next to my Wu-Tang. I'm such a music head. Like, I'm Brazilian and Chileno, so coming from that background, bro, it's like so many different genres, like, and subgenres like bossa nova and samba that I'm super inspired by. But for like tracks like this, you know, easily Guru, Sean P, rest in peace, that I was blessed to work with before he passed away. You know what I'm saying?
I love that track.
Thank you, bro.
Shout out to, you know, Sean P for
you don't
getting on
understand
that.
how intimidating it was. Writing in the booth with him was intimidating.
Oh,
but to
I
get
bet.
that love and respect from him and him insisting on the video, but that's a whole nother story. But Sean P, you know, Mos Def, of course, you know, classics on my smoother tip, you know, Warren G, which like Regulators was like the first hip hop album I ever owned, you know what I mean? So I just have so many different you know what I'm saying, genres and backgrounds that really kind of formulate my steez. And even now, bro, like now I don't even listen to hip hop that much, I'll be honest. Like I'm bumping like the new Kali Uchez album or something.
I think most like, you know, MCs that, you know, are dope when it comes to lyrics and lyricism don't really listen to hip hop because you're, you know, getting influences from other stuff.
Yeah, you got to get out of your box, get out of your comfort zone. It only gives you that much more influence.
Man, sometimes I don't listen to like what's new because I don't want to go in the studio and try to do that and be like, oh, you know,
start sounding like that.
Yeah, you know, like this certain sound is working right now. Like, so let me go ahead and do that Diplo voice, or you know, or do whatever.
or DJ Mustard beat.
Yeah, you know, and
how many more snare rolls,
hi hats you need?
No, but look, I'm not trying to. It's perfect. Metro Boomin. But anyways, you know, it's not like we're trying to say we old school, bro. Like my motto is stay true to my foundation, but adapt with the times.
Yeah.
So like, so if you listen to this record, sonically, stylistically, is really like really well spread, bro. Like we didn't want to just be in a box in one direction. Like I know when people hear that F being famous, they're like, oh, okay, it's just gonna be a straight raw hip hop album, but it's so much more than that, bro. Like we should have brought something smoother. We just wanted to bring the more raw hip hop ones, just because I know how heavy it gets down.
Exactly.
But if you listen to the
raw.
If you listen to the record, bro, it starts off with a real flute player, like on doing some sick, like Native American.
Now I want to listen to it right now.
Straight up, bro. Like it's really musically out there. Like
let me
my
talk
brother
about
High
that, dude.
Fly, my brother High Fly.
I was working for a microphone company for 10 years, and I met all kinds of artists and people who played different instruments and needed mics to, you know, mic them up. And I met this dude. He's like one of the best Native American flute players in the United States. His name's Steve Rushingwind.
Shout out to Steve.
And he came over to my studio, and we recorded with a bunch of mics, and we were trying to choose one that was best for his flute. When we were done with that, I had him play to a click track, different tempos. And what's really cool is all his flutes are tuned to different keys. So he has a whole bag of them, like a little Zelda pack of flutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're custom made for this dude. So that there's a outro on the album, and it's just his flute for like 3 minutes, and I basically took that whole flute and made an entire beat around it. And I think that's like probably my favorite beat I've ever made in my life.
He insisted on getting the outro beat.
So like I had to just let it ride for the last one, and then that's how the intro starts with him just blowing the flute, and then it blends into the beat. And I've never heard that like done with some hip hop stuff. I think I did a pretty good job.
Honestly, I think on that beat, bro, he got like his low key DJ Khalil on, because Khalil, he can make a beat that whether you don't know if it's sampled free or he just made it from scratch. And I got inspired by shout out to Self Scientific and Chase Infinite. There was a track on their album Change where it was called Interlude Khalil's theme. So that's why I call the outro High Fly's theme, because I kind of got inspired by that. And just like, it's his beat, let Homeboy Breed do his thing, and let's just ride out like that,
Right on. So it's been fun having you guys here. I wish we had like 2 hours, because it feels like we could talk all day.
I appreciate that, man.
But it's dope you guys made the trip out here. And just let them know again what the project is and when can it be found, when's it coming out, all of that.
Chronic Blues Volume 2 available everywhere, all major streaming platforms, destructmusic.com, highflymusic.com. Next gigs, we got the official album release May 3rd. Shout out to Rude Boy, Good Mood Clothing. It's going to be May 3rd, East LA. Look out for the info for that. As well as I'm linking up with the homie J Davila. We got some coming out June 9th. The Wonderwall in P-Town, right?
Pomona,
in P-Town, me and Stevie Crooks about to murk it. So all the other information you need, just go to destructmusic.com. Just Google the Chronic Blues Volume 2 and you'll find it, man. And hopefully you guys consider a future classic like we do. So that's what it is.
That's right. And we are going to play one more track off of that.
Yes, sir.
This song is titled Real, correct?
Yeah, Real. I think in the same sense of people having their own definition and, perspective on, what I was saying earlier, in regards of how they want to make it in the game and whatnot. This is my same on how people look at real. Anyone could say they're real, but talk is cheap. So
yeah, exactly.
Just let the music speak for itself, man.
That's right. Once again, this song is Real, brought to you by Destruct and High Fly.
High Fly, what up? Destruct. I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, thank God I ain't nobody else. Tattoos on my arms, on show and the strokes, and say the Yankees music I was destined to do. Ain't nothing gonna change that, notice to do. And don't hate if I kick this shit better than you. I'm a student of the game, got something to prove. Underground king, waiting for that crown that's due. And I can say that straight from the bottom of my heart. I ain't selling my soul to be the bottom of the charts. Nigga, that's the only way out, get on your job. Yeah, I do this for the art, but I ain't trying to start, cause I give a what I put in these raps. When I see a blank page, I'm refining the craft. The ones that doubt it, they becoming a fame. And when I look in the mirror, I know exactly what I am. Real. Just let it speak for itself. The music that is. Elevate. I'm the best that you never heard. Deadly with every word. Thought you were ready, but wasn't ready to put in work. You break a nail the minute that shovel touching dirt. You'd rather look to be the partner with the we both work. Every day's a new page in my book, new ways you can notice life games overlooked. So I'm thankful to see another day not get took. Your fan breathing upright, nobody getting shook. It's all or nothing when you stand for something. You go big or go home, this ain't discussion. So I gotta thank deep, but this breaking the norm. They just surrounded by all divas and wannabe street demons, cause I get over what I put in these raps. When I see a blank page, I'm refining the craft. The ones that died and then they becoming a fan. And when I look in the mirror, I know exactly what I am. Real. Talk is cheap. Volume 2. Let's get it. Here we go!
KCAA Loma Linda. Listen on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM.
From the high desert and the great American Southwest, I bid you good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be on the planet's 25 time zones, each and every one covered like a nice warm blanket by this program, Midnight in the Desert. I'm Art Bell. Rules for the show are simple: no bad language and only one call per show. Easy, easy, easy rules. All right, a little bit of news before we, and by the way, we've got Neil deGrasse Tyson here tonight, probably the world's premier astrophysicist. The world's, actually. So anyway, a little news first. You know the big blimp, right? Everybody's seen it now, the one that drifted into Pennsylvania and then deflated into a tree. Well, the news is there is no news. In other words, they don't know what happened. I have my own theory. Remember when you were a kid and Mom gave you a balloon and you held on to it? Mom said, don't let go. You held on to it and you held on to it. But finally you couldn't stand it. You just let it go. Whee! Remember that? Well, I think probably some airman was sitting there bored to death, tired of seeing that thing in the same old place, and went, whee! I don't know. Anyway, that's the blimp, such as we don't know anything. So let's see, what do we know? What happened today? Quite a bit, actually. The Senate marched Thursday toward a final vote on a 2-year budget debt deal. It's not such a good deal, really, because the president can spend as much money as he wants. Maybe he'll spend a little on space. It's kind of scary, you know. We don't like the government shutting down, but it allows for virtually unlimited spending, and in the hands of the wrong person. Actually, that's the whole government we're talking about. The success or failure of the Syrian peace talks this week, fat chance, is tied to the fate of one man who's not even at the table, President Assad of Syria. So Iran, Saudi Arabia will be there at a table along with their powerful partners, Russia and the U.S. Again, I'm going to say this. I think the whole mess in Syria is the most dangerous damn thing anybody's ever seen in their life. It's a proxy war going on there. Russians are bombing the rebels who want to overthrow Assad, and the Russians don't want Assad overthrown. We probably have mixed feelings on Assad now, but we're bombing ISIS. And today also the Pentagon said, by the way, that it's going to be boots on the ground, actual combat in Iraq. Deja vu, right? All over again. I'm very worried about that. One mistake, and we sort of do a reset on the planet. China has now made the decision to abolish the one-child policy. Now, this may have to do with their lack of growth recently. Not lack of growth, the slowing of growth. So I guess if you can have 2 children, you have more productivity, question mark? You have to feed a lot more people, certainly. I wonder if they did it because of growth. Okay, so George Bush emerged from the 3rd Republican debate in crisis. Supporters struggling to understand why they should keep giving him money. Trump, of course, said he was one of the winners. And one other item. Tonight, XDS, we feed XDS. It's a satellite service. And they tell me that there may be a brief interruption at some point in the show, in which case they'll just put up a backup show for about 2 or 3 minutes, whatever happens. So if that happens to you stations, blame AT&T. I know I blame them for mostly everything else. One last item, there was a 767 aircraft, another one in as many months, that caught on fire on the runway. It was not a pretty sight. Everybody got out, but there were about 15 injured. Some of those were actually pretty serious. So here we go again. Engine fires. All right, stay right where you are. Coming up in a moment, Neil deGrasse Tyson will honor the show with his presence. I'm Art Bell from the middle of the desert, just adjacent to Area 51. You hear that, Neil? This is Midnight in the Desert.
Hey, this check is wrong. I worked a holiday and 7 hours of overtime. Not getting paid correctly is a real pain. It could also hurt our boss if our company provides out-of-compliance checks. That's right, construction companies doing business with the government can get fined, or officials of the companies can go to jail if the checks aren't right. It's a law. The Davis-Bacon Act has 30 compliance issues for every check, but there is an easy way for construction companies to be in compliance. EMARS offers Compliant Client, a web-based system that finds and corrects all 30 of the possible out-of-compliance check issues. Users of